Hi, this is Ralph Lemmel, and I would like to introduce SoTeSoLa to you, basically the architecture, the design behind the school. Okay, so let me start with a quick list of topics covered at the school. You see there's language technology on the list, we deal with software evolution. We're specifically interested in problems, kind of where we have multiple languages and technologies at work. We're going to talk about technological spaces, a sort of a cross-cutting theme throughout the school. It's going to be research to all and how we can apply it to our software engineering context. We want to look into modern forms of education, such as e-learning, and we also want to understand better all the resources for us as software developers and software development researchers. We want to model them, we want to integrate them, we want to hack with them. So we want to push perhaps model-driven engineering a little bit beyond software development, and we also want to integrate, import knowledge from the semantic web community and apply to software engineering, reverse engineering, re-engineering. That's sort of the back of topics covered at a school. So let me talk a little bit about what I like about summer schools, and hopefully this should also be true for this summer school. So for example, what do you expect from summer school is the latest and greatest on a topic of shared interest, in our case on software technology, software languages, technological spaces, right? We will have that. And so what you also have at summer schools is you have committed senior researchers, qualified and eager to talk about a topic of shared interest. You also very much rely on having committed junior researchers, eager to learn, eager to discuss, eager to listen, eager to challenge the senior researchers. Well, you would typically also have some sort of workshop where participants can present their latest ongoing research results. You go to a summer school to acquire perhaps new contacts and also to adjust your research vision. And last but not least, summer school is in summer, and that's also great, right? However, with this school, we want to go the next step. We want to basically come up with a summer school 2.0 notion. And what do I mean by this? Well, let me try to explain. So one thing we're going to emphasize at the school is collaborative work. So we're going to spend much time in hackathons and working groups as opposed to just sitting in lectures, okay? We're going to obey the principles of open science and open data, which means everything we do at the school, everything we produce, everything we collect, that should be open, that should be organized so that other people can consume it. And we also sort of really push for teamwork, for collaborative work at a scale of, research to all. So we also want to get more people involved remotely. I mean, and this is also the reason why I'm using green color here. So we really want to have people from remote to present and to participate. This is becoming more important during this time. It's also becoming more possible. It's only fair that we try to do this at the school here. Also think of the bar camp format, sort of an unconference format. Let me just summarize it by saying, the conference belongs to the participants. So, you are supposed to, as participant, you are supposed to speak up and propose things and have some impact on what's going on in the technology showdown, in the working groups, and the hackathons. So please get involved. So also to contrast these previous points better, here are a few things that we're not doing. For example, we kind of discontinue with the notion of school corresponding to just a few very long lectures. We don't want that. We have a workshop, but it's not this kind of workshop where you don't have time for discussion or where you don't want to discuss. We don't require speakers and participants from far away. Because that's not quite green to have lots of people traveling around the globe for a summer school. Instead, we have remote participation. Neither do we print like 2 kilograms of proceedings specifically for the school. So here's the architectural description for the school. So these are the components that we have. Think of it as a nice cheese platter. So we're going to have a technology showdown where people show off with their technologies. We're going to have SoTeSoLa as the proper workshop. We're going to have working groups pushing for results and having nice discussions. We have several hackathon sessions where we do reverse re-engineering stuff. We have invited talks, of course, and if there's time left, we might have breaks, and we definitely have some social program. Okay, so what's the idea behind the technology showdown? Not very difficult to explain. Basically, we want to cover here analysis transformation. Perhaps that could be about model-driven engineering, or it could be about reverse re-engineering. Okay, so basically for the presenters, the idea is that they quickly get to the point, that they pronounce a killer application for that technology, that they sort of try to draw the technological space in which they operate, and that they keep in mind that this is a broad audience, and that they try to disseminate their technology to that broad audience. Okay, so here's the list of people who already signed up for the technology showdown. Not spending much time on the individual speakers and technologies here. It's all linked and all available online. Please have a look, and if you have another proposal to make, please come forward. So the workshop, SoTeSoLa, right? SoTeSoLa is actually the seminar series on advanced techniques and tools for software evolution, which has been taking place several years already, and so we got it this time to become a part of SoTeSoLa, which is very nice. So this way we get some substance on software evolution to the school. And you know, if you have a summer school without a workshop, I would say it's too much like a school, so it's great to have some scientific discussion at this summer school as well. What's also great about it is the fact that this way we get more senior researchers to the summer school, which is always good for the school, because you know, then you have more substance, more discussion, you know, more collaboration between junior and senior researchers without crowding the lecture program. Of course, you could also have much more lectures, but that's not what we do. Okay, so here's just a quick look at the program. Here you see Koen de Roever, who is running the workshop. And again, I'm not going to go much into detail, but you see everything is there. Pretty broad coverage of software evolution related topics. Okay, and so next component of the design is then the working groups. So what are we doing in the working groups? Well, foremost, we're deliverable oriented. So we're creating models, we collect resources, we have sort of demonstrator efforts that we hack something, you know, for example, to show a certain community resource as to how we can leverage it, or how we can integrate several community resources. And this is very much a knowledge transfer, knowledge integration effort. So we bring together multiple communities. For example, we have linked data people, semantic web people talking to more programming language people, and perhaps there's some synergy and some results in the working groups. There's lots of information available online on a wiki. Please have a look. Here's some people and some titles of, you know, candidate working groups, just so that you get an idea. I put question marks here just to kind of emphasize the fact that, you know, this program is not finished. We will introduce perhaps these working groups. You might have ideas about how these working groups should be changed. We might even have a merger. I don't know, so we will see the school. Okay, please get involved. So hackathons, yeah, that's something I really look forward to. So the hackathons are basically about gathering reverse re-engineering experiments. So we're going to apply all your technologies, all your favorite technologies. We are going to apply them to the 101 companies corpus, which has many little implementations of a human resources management system in different languages using different technologies. So this should be a nice corpus to try out reverse re-engineering technologies, you know, the technologies that you develop, or the technologies that you know how to operate with, or the technologies you wanted to always try out, right? So there might be tiny teams at a hackathon, because not everyone will have an extra technology. So please team up, form little teams, and try to do something interesting. This is not about cutting-edge research on reverse re-engineering. It's more about showing that some technologies can work on this corpus, and then hopefully some collection indeed of experiments emerges, and that might be useful, for example, in teaching. Okay, so here are the people coordinating the hackathons. Vadim Zaitsev is going to introduce the hackathons to you at the beginning of the school, and Anya Bage and Udo Bokrovsky are also helping with coordination, because I mean obviously it's going to be challenging to keep everyone busy, to keep everyone focused, and figure out what we are doing anyhow at the hackathon. Thanks. All these coordinators are there, help us greatly appreciated. So we are also going to have invited talks. Why are we going to have them? Well, obviously summer school got to have them anyhow, so we really want to have wisdom, inspiration, visions at summer school. This is what invited talks are good for. And let me just say, we are dealing with heavy notions such as technological spaces, and we really need some professional help. I mean, professional help in the sense of, people who have worked on this in research, or also people who know technological spaces in practice. So these invited talks are going to be rather short compared to what you might know from other summer schools, and we do this because short talks, quite obviously, are more easily prepared and more easily consumed. So here's a quick list. It's a really nice salad of invited talks that we've got. Get an idea. So Jean Bézivin, Ivan Kurtev, for example, on technological spaces in a broader sense, model-driven engineering. Doris Blaspin, CEO of Raincoat, he's going to model essentially the Raincoat company in terms of technological spaces and software languages, software technologies involved. Giacomo Kühnhaar talking about the spreadsheet technological space. Davide De Rusco talking about co-evolution. Dragan Gašević talking about e-learning. Okay, so of course we are also going to have a social program. So with some indications here, we are going to see the Mosel River, the Rhine River. This is why you come to Koblenz also. We're going to drink some wine, perhaps. There's also a nice beach right behind the university campus where we might have a nice break at some point. Of course, we have a dinner here and there. We are going to have a hike in the Mosel Valley. And at some point then, at the end of the hike, we jump on that sort of car to perhaps also drink some Pepsi. And we will have a banquet. Again, I cannot guarantee that we will eat and drink exactly what's shown here, but this is just kind of illustration. And so there might be also an unstructured city tour on Wednesday, the last evening of the school, and hopefully it's not that unstructured so that we would end up in Berlin. Again, just in kind of an illustration. I want to thank a few people, specifically Jean-Marie Fabre, who is sort of the co-designer of this school, really very essential brain behind the school. I also want to thank Vadim Zaitsev, who has been an essential executor. He really helped us to make things more concrete and to actually get stuff done. Thank you very much, Vadim. And Sabine Holström, in German I would say she served as a Mädchen für alles. She's the administrator for the school, so thank you very much, Sabine. And of course, finally I want to thank our sponsors, Google, Raincoat, the ADAPT project funded by the state, and also the university contributing here. And thank you for listening. Hope to see you at the school. Looking forward to school myself.